Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is the difference between causation and correlation. You may have heard about this. Actually, it's going around on the internet, kind of a fun little saying, and it's an opportunity. It's a real opportunity for people to better understand how things work in general, cause and effect relationships, and understanding, ultimately how to control things, how to be healthier, happier, and in control, because hopefully we can agree those are good things. And we do this by understanding cause and effect relationships. And if it were up to me, schools would spend a lot more time helping people learn about this stuff. I remember when I was in grade school, elementary school, I learned about cause and effect, facts and opinions, and I'm not sure if they're still really spending a lot of time on this stuff. It seems like they aren't based on the people I meet, but could be the people. I don't know. Anyway, not trying to be rude, but what is it meant? What is it meant when somebody says causation is not correlation? Think about that for a second. When something is caused by something and something is correlated to something, how are those two statements different? And why is it important? Well, it turns out it's super important. It's extremely important to understand the difference because, here's a real world example. And this is one of those pseudo wisdoms, fake wisdoms that have been passed down through the generations from antiquity. No pain, no gain. Maybe you've heard this, and I'm just going to debunk that one right off the bat. First of all, it's patently false, and I'm going to prove it in just a second. So, but it's relevant to what I'm talking about. The idea that pain equals gain is wrong. It's wrong, obviously. I mean, okay, so consider you gain sometimes from pain, right? That is to say that painful experiences or certain types of growth or bodybuilding might involve effort, which is, not extremely painful, hopefully, or else you're doing it wrong, but there might be a little bit of discomfort sometimes. And that's something we call work, right? It's normal, it's natural, and it's healthy, and it results in a lot of gain. So I think that's what the saying is meant to mean, but it's phrased in a way that makes them equal. It correlates them, and it does not clearly indicate that sometimes gain is caused by pain. But here's the thing. If I were to, punch myself in the leg, for example, let's be honest, there's no benefit. I'm not gaining from that. There's no growth. There's no education. There's no new product. There's no, all I've done is cause pain, and I've lost a little bit of energy in the process, and there's zero positive outcome. Okay, so right there, you have proof that pain and gain are not the same thing, that one does not necessarily cause the other. However, you find them sometimes in tandem. That's a correlation. We call that a correlation. So not to go on and on about this one example, but many, many, many times people mistake correlation for causation, and they say, well, this must cause that, or since we sometimes see them together, it goes both directions and they are the same. Please do everyone a favor, do yourself a favor, and try to see the differences between things, because that is genius. Genius is seeing the ways things are separate, the ways in which things are not the same, as well as seeing connections. It's great to see connections, but it's almost too easy to combine things, to make connections inappropriately. And I don't know what else to say about this. So, some of this stuff is just natural, and you can't teach that. You can't fix stupid. Again, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody, but that's another saying. You can't fix stupid. Maybe you've heard that one. And I think for this reason, some people are just naturally challenged. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to these people, but maybe we could give the jobs that require proficiency and ability to keep things in order to people who are good at it. What do you think? Would it be good if people were good at their jobs? Can we agree on that? I'm honestly not trying to be rude, but it seems like people are confused. People are confused, and we got a lot of problems. I have a lot of, I'll speak for myself. My family has problems because people are confused. So hopefully this helps. Shoot, I don't know what else to do besides, this at the moment. So you have questions or comments about causation versus correlation or whatever, reach out to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you. Have a great day.